Hi there, this is me, Jido from Weibo. I'm here to present for you the Loyola Jesuit data analysis for 2013-2014 school session. We would like to use this opportunity to appreciate the management of the school for giving us this opportunity. Like we promise that we'll deliver a good job and we ensure that we keep to that promise. So let's continue. Okay, so let's refresh our mind once more on what Loyola Jesuit aims to achieve with this analysis. The first thing that they want to achieve is Loyola is about to embark on training for all her teachers, for some teachers. So they really want to know the particular teachers that they should be focusing on training and also the particular laboratories or facilities that they want to operate. So the first thing that on our key point, you have the school desires to know how her students are doing in all subjects. Also, they want to know how their students are doing in all of the subjects so that they will know which and which to pay attention to. The departments that require staff training and upgrading, like I said before, you guys wanted to train your staff and you really don't want to spend on training all the staff. You want to select the staff that require training and carry out the training. Also, the school needs data or interface that can be used to compare other schools. So that's all about the project. So let's dive into the analysis fully. In 1885, the Woods Hole Laboratory, the first fishing laboratory, was established in the United States of America. However, Loyola Jesuit may be working towards establishing the first African fish laboratory. Why do I say this? Overall, students did very well in fisheries for the period of 3 years that we analyzed. I would like to use the opportunity to note that the project was all about 2 years because the data for the third year, the 2015, was not fully available, so the data wasn't complete. However, we still made it 3 years to see so that we can project to Loyola Jesuit what they will be looking at. So, like I was saying, overall, students did very well in fisheries for the 3 years, and in each of the years, fishery department is really doing a great job that must be sustained. We commend them for that. On the other hand, there were other departments that didn't do so well. I must tell you, Loyola Jesuit, your students are superb. You guys are good because I was going through the averages, and none of the average was below 70 or 75. So you guys are doing good. Keep up with the good work, but you need to improve on some subjects or departments. Okay, let's continue. So there are some subjects that you need to look into that didn't do so well. Subjects like social studies and business studies. You need to look into that, although they are junior class subjects, but you can still do something about it. CRK, CCP, and food and nutrition departments also, they are doing well. They are doing very good. They were able to maintain their positions in the 3 years. It's almost the same average for 3 years running. So they are doing great. You need to keep up with the good work. Then there are science subjects. We've noticed science subjects like physics, chemistry, biology. They are doing fairly good. Yes, they're doing good. Their averages are still good. Although you really have to do something about biology. Biology is as if it's lagging behind towards these subjects. So we need to do something about it. Also, you might need to evaluate your biology teachers and laboratories, like I said earlier. So that's just it. Physics, chemistry, and geography didn't do so badly, but an improvement is really needed on the three subjects. If you can improve on it so that you'll be sure that once your students are coming out, they are making all their subjects once they take WAEC or NECO or JAMB. they are coming out with uh, excellent subjects, to put it that way. Okay. Um, Mathematics and English really needs improvement, considering the fact that they are compulsory subjects that students must have to get an admission into the university. So we advise you look into English and math. They are not bad at all. They are very good, but you still can do something better. I believe that you can do something better. Once your students, if you can have like 80 to 90% of your students pass English and math, that's the best. That should be the best in the country. So if there's anything you can do on that, we recommend you do something on English and math departments. Also, you should pay really much attention on mathematics and English to see what you can do about it. Like I said, agri science, on the other hand, is fine, but there is good improvement. There should be improvement. I mean, to bring it up further. Further maths is also fine. I'm impressed with further maths, but well, we don't recommend you do anything there because further maths is not is elective. So what you have is okay. It's not so good. It's not so bad. It's fine. It's fine for further maths. With the world moving towards digitalization, you really need to do something drastic about data processing and computer studies. They are not so good as expected, honestly. Yes, their averages are good, but not as good as it should be. Putting into consideration that children of nowadays, they're enticed by computing and anything computer. Let's do something about it to get it better. Also, economics and literature in English, economics, literature in English, and government also need attention since these three subjects are mostly needed for arts and social science courses. More evaluations are required on these departments. That's our recommendation. From the look of things, another Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo will definitely emerge from Loyola Jesuit College. It is obvious that the school has the best hands in visual arts department and will have to sustain the successes. Your visual arts department, they're really doing a nice job. In fact, I would say it's the only subject that's maintained at the exact position, almost the exact position for the 3 years running that they have. You are good on that. Overall, the yearly average per subject are looking good because the margin between the highest and the lowest average is between 1.3% and 4.5% across the years. So the margins between the least average and the highest average is not that much. It shows that you guys are doing great, but you can do better in overall in everything. So let's look at this interface now. So here on this on my left, right, left, we have different colors. We have all the subjects listed and are grouped year by year. So looking at it now, you can see 2015, 2014, then 2013. You can hover on and all the subjects on the different colors to see the different subjects and their averages. And on the right hand side, we have this donut looking chart that also groups of the averages according to their regime and year. For those who may not understand what I mean by regime, although we believe that all the school management, they know what regime is. Normally, you divide your term into three: CA1, CA2, and exam. And each of these, the region 1 is CA1, CA2 is region 2, and exam is region 3. So that's how we grouped the averages on the donut looking chart. And down here, we have the averages grouped as against the year, the subjects, and the regions. So if you want to look at this subject and how they did on each subject by the region, maybe in CA1, you have this chart down here, gives you what you want. However, if you want to see the overall average, you have to go up by the left. The one that had multicolors, that's the one that will do it for you. Also, we gave you some filtering options. You can also filter the information based on subjects and year. So you can decide to say, okay, let me click on agric to see all the averages for agric, and the report will show me everything I need to see. Likewise, I can also filter it by year, maybe for 2013 or 2014 or 2015. And this figure, the 82.17, is the overall average for all the subjects and all the years and everything. This is the overall subject for the school for the 3 years. However, if I click on 2013, it should give me a different figure. Give me a different figure for 2013. If I click on 2014, it gives me a different figure. So let's move on. So here we just showed you, if we look at this place, there's a tooltip at this chart down here. Showed you a tooltip showing business studies CA1, and the average is 78.45. So let's move on. Here on the screen, here we have a funnel looking chart here that shows you how the averages are. So, you know, we told you something about your fishery department doing a great job. As you can see here, fishery is stopping, and PHE is on the down end. However, like we said earlier, looking at the margin, you can see that this funnel didn't narrow down the way it's supposed to narrow, like a funnel. So it really shows that the margin between this PHE and fishery is not really much. It's just that someone has to be number one. Else, all the subjects, you are doing a great job. Also, on the right hand side, this chart is showing you how your averages goes up and down from 2013 with the subject data processing. Yeah, you did a great job. You went up and all those ones, and it coming down and so on. So it shows you how the movement of the improvement of the scores and how it came down and so on. So let's move on. Okay. So here we try to query the charts by selecting 2013. So you can see on this topmost left chart, the one that has multicolors, is only 2013 that is displayed. Initially, it was displaying the 3 years, but we queried it for only 2013, and it's giving us all the information about 2013. Also on the donuts, we are seeing only 2013. Likewise, on this down one, all the information we are seeing here is 2013, and the average for 2013 is 81.80 total. So you can actually query whatever you want based on the year or the subject, since these are the things that you want to understand. So here on this one, we also query by 2014, and you can see all the information that is displayed here has to do with 2014. And the average actually also changed. This time is 82.37. So that's it for this one. I think we did something again on 2015. Let's move. That's to 2015. Like we said, the data for 2015 wasn't complete. Because looking at it, it's only CA1 data that we have for 2015. It wasn't complete because the aim was not 2015. You guys just give us some part of 2015 data, so we have to include it on the analysis. So let's move on. Just like we just searched based on 20 based on year, we can actually also search based on subjects. So here we are searching based on, I just checked on only agric, and you can see it's showing me information on agric. I hovered over 2015, and it's telling me that 2015 agric, the average score for agric for 2015 is 87.19, which is a good one. Um, Also here on the donut, looking on everything here, we are seeing is only on agric. So, and down here we are seeing for agric. This agric for the 3 years, because as you can see, we didn't select any particular year here. And also this is agric for the 3 years, and all of them are agric for the 3 years. So let's move on. Yeah, right. So just like we queried agree for the 3 years in the initial on the previous screen, here we are just querying agree for only 2013. And you can see it's showing us here the, the 2013 average, which is 88.81. And the regimes are here, the three regimes are here, and the three regimes are also here. You can as well see their averages. Yes, here. So we move on. Yeah, in summary. So in summary, putting into consideration that English and mathematics are compulsory subjects for university admission, we strongly advise that the management look into returning the teachers, retraining the teachers of these subjects, and also carry out any other measures that will improve the understanding and scores of the students. We also advise the school management to pay more attention to core science and art subjects like physics, chemistry, biology, geography, economics, literature in English, government, and agri-science. Although the scores for data processing and computer studies are not that low, we recommend an improvement in the department since the world is moving towards digitalization. So I will believe this and other materials we'll send to you will help you in shaping your decision on how to train your teachers and to improve your studies in the school. And once more, we appreciate your trust in our competence. I would like to thank you. Thank you very much. God bless.